Alright, BobalosRex here, and today's video is about the Catalyst. The main part of this video is going to be about the Catalyst because it's coming out, and I'm going to preface this with my thoughts about the Catalyst, alright? It should come out earlier. Like, I was in the group of it is when it is, but clearly so many people want it sooner. I'd be happy with it sooner because guess what? I literally got loot that I want to transform. So yeah, dude, I want it sooner. Hell yeah. So hopefully next season it's sooner, but it's out. And I'm excited it's coming out with the patch because this patch looks great. Alright, now let's look here. The Revival Catalyst is coming next week. Greetings, adventurers. Alright. The Revival Catalyst will become available for players after scheduled maintenance the week of January 24th. To access it, characters will travel to the northern side of Tierhold and Thaldraszus. The console is located next to the NPC Antuka. Yeah, I know where it's at. It's in this one spot. It's in the special spot. There's a chest right there. At a base level, I haven't read this yet, so I don't know what's eligible, and I'm excited. At the base level, the Revival Catalyst will allow players to turn Season 1 Dragonfly gear into corresponding tier gear for that slot. Eligible items can be earned through Mythic Plus dungeons, PvP, the Vault of Incarnates raid dungeon, Tier 2 Epic Storm gear, Tier 2 War Mode gear, both of them. That's awesome. All of my alts are getting tier now. World bosses and direct options from the Great Vault. Tier pieces which contribute to the tier set bonus will be granted for chests, gloves, legs, helm, and shoulders. Tier set appearance pieces which do not contribute to the tier set bonus will be granted for belts, boots, bracers, and cloaks. So you can use this for the appearance too. This is the creation like the Revival Catalyst now is good for transmog hunting and gearing. It's in a great system. I really do actually hope they bring it in sooner, hopefully. Each week an account-wide quest will be available which awards a charge to the Revival Catalyst. Progress towards this quest will require players to complete relevant raid, Mythic Plus, PvP, or world content. This can be done on a single character or combined across multiple characters on the account. Completion will then award a separate charge for each character on the account. So everyone gets a charge. So you level a fresh character, it's got that one charge for it. It can use it. Alright, complete character on the account, which includes any character that gets created in the future. A total number of charges that can be stored for an individual character is currently capped at 6. Okay, so it will be capped at 6 for any fresh characters once we get up there. If a character vendor disenchanted or destroyed a Dragonflight Season 1 item that you want to use for this system, please visit Warcraft Item Restoration page. Yep, restore your items. Some additional details. When creating tier set items with the Revival Catalyst, what is the item level of the tier piece after the process is complete? Is it the same item level as the base piece, or are there item level ranges that snap to LFR, Heroic, Mythic item level for tier? Okay, so this is about the item levels. The resulting item will have the same item level of the item you put in the Catalyst. It also keeps Mythic and PvP upgrade paths like we've seen, tertiary stats and sockets. Oh no, it's talking about if it snaps. Okay, yeah, so say I do it with a PvP gear, it will still have the upgrade tree, as well as it will transition to the same item level, and it will also have the PvP item level bonus as well, and whatnot. Are tier set items created by the Revival Catalyst upgradable, or do you need to remake the tier with the higher level base piece? If you want to remake it with the higher level item base, you'll want to remake it with the higher item level base piece unless the initial version had an upgrade path from PvP or Mythic Plus, and you earn currency to allow it to be upgraded in that way. For example, if you convert a non-set 9 out of 12 Helm from M Plus to a 9/12 tier piece, you'll be able to use Valor currency to upgrade it for... Okay, pretty much what I just said. Alright, what secondary stats will be on the items made by the Revival Catalyst? The tier pieces have specific secondary stats regardless of the item put into the system. Only tertiary stats and sockets will carry over. So, depending on what your tier is, you may want to use a charge later on to switch stats for like bracers or gloves or belt. Not gloves, but belt or the other pieces as well. What gear is not eligible for use in the Revival Catalyst? Items that are not eligible for the Revival Catalyst include items gained from crafting and from the Renown track. Sad. Oh well. So that's the Inspiration Catalyst. I'm excited for it. Hopefully next season it comes out sooner, but it's already out for this season, so it's a good time to be alive. We'll be getting charges, 1 charge a week. You can earn it across your account, which is sweet. And recap: M+ gear, PvP gear, Vault gear, Tier 2 Epic Storm gear, Tier 2 Epic War Mode gear, World Bosses, and the War Mode gear is the stuff that goes to 420 in PvP. Not the 408. There's some epic gear you can get from World Quests for PvP, but it's the ones you have to upgrade with the trophies. So you definitely want to be doing that each week. And then now let's just look over the content patch notes real quick. Let's see if we miss anything. So we got the trading posts. This is nice. New feature, trading post. I've done a video talking about this. It's pretty sweet. The Primal Storm events. These are the new things in the future. You can get level 385 rings, trinket, and neck. A toy, a mount, more storm sigils, and a pet. It's gonna be sweet. I may go over it on a later video, but the gist of it is you freeze and you need to make fires, and you essentially take objectives all the way up. Once you get all these objectives, you can then kill the boss. Boom, you get your loot, and then you wait till it's back up. Alright, there's some fixes, all the class changes, which I'm not an expert on. Here, I'll go slow. Actually, if you want to look at the class changes, just bring it up. It's the patch notes. You should be able to click on them from the launcher. Like, as you can see, there's a lot of class changes. They move some talents around. There's a lot of buffs, nerfs. I think it's more buffs than nerfs. New rare enemies and NPCs can be now found in the elite areas of Knotcode Hold, Imbu, Cobalt Assembly, Tierhold, and Primalist Future. So new rares. These rares have the scaling up item level as the Obsidian Citadel or Brackenhide. So they may be able to reach like 285, not 285, 385 to like 379, 376, something like that. Some of them are really flexible. The highest I've seen is 285. And then they added the new trainers. They did remove some that didn't fit, and they're going to bring them back with a little bit more like race-specific spin on it, which is cool. That's cool. Trial style got updated, so check that vendor. Lunar New Year has a new elders for the Dragon Isles, so that's good, and that's coming up soon. Group loot fixes. We talked about that. Revival Catalyst. We just talked about that. Gray and white items. Enchant illusions can now be on the artifact weapon. New fishing toy. The starter gear is back. They adjusted pole arms. They fixed the issue for the lighting effects. They fixed a few issues here. Alright. Mage Tower's back. War mode can be toggled on in Valdrakken. Alright, which is sweet. Solo shuffle changes we've talked about. Some class PvP changes. The profession changes I've talked a lot about already. Overload is coming quicker as soon as you mine your first node, and then when you go into the tree, that enables the cooldown reduction. And they lowered how far you got to be in the tree, except for engineering. Actually, no, they don't make an exception for engineering here. So it should work. Alright. Some legacy patterns have returned, as you can see here. Draenor patterns are back. They resolved a lot of profession requirements for stuff, and they lowered it. So, like, I think they lowered the mailbox to be 1 of engineering Northrend rather than 50, which is going to be nice. Crafting order changes I've talked about. Some UI stuff. A lot of the you can now move your experience bar, equipment durability bags, and micro button bar. You can move all this stuff over here. New Great Vault, Dragon Riding World Quest. There's new Dragon Riding races in this as well. The trading post is February 1st. I didn't mention it at the start, but we have talked about it. And then there's a whole bunch of fixes, as you can see here. New talent update fixes. I gotta check out the companion app fixes when that comes out next week. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty, look at the posts. This video's already gone on long enough. I've already talked about a lot of this stuff. But yeah, 10.0.5 this Tuesday. Inspiration Catalyst this Tuesday. I'm excited. Let's go. I'll see you in the next video.